So I've had mixed results with these leashes. To be perfectly honest, I didn't know exactly how a lot of them worked. I have quickset ones, I have Schlag ones. I, of course, buy the Chinese knockoffs, so I thought maybe that had something to do with it, why I wasn't getting the results I wanted. And I had this vehicle dumped in my lap. It's a 2006 Ford Freestyle. And I asked the guy who owns it, said, I'll bring you the ignition. So I'm thinking he's going to bring me a little like Honda ignition. He shows up with this. And I was going to take the pins out of it, but honestly, I don't know enough about these ignitions. There's a sidebar on it. So anyways, I had this FO38 Lishi reader. It's a key reader. It's not a pick. It doesn't have a turning tool on it, right? Like this is a pick and decode. Doesn't have a turning tool on it. It's just a reader. But again, I've had mixed results with these in the past where, you read one side, then read the other, then you go back and you read a totally different number. So I was like, you know what have I got to lose? I stuck it in one way and I got the cuts, what I thought were the cuts, to 7, 5, and 3. And I flipped it around. And obviously the ignitions usually don't have all the cuts, just like the door will never have all the cuts. The door lock will only have like 4 cuts, and then the ignition will have 6 cuts or something like that. So I knew I wasn't going to have all the cuts, but it's an 8 cut, it's a Ford 8 cut. I got 7, 5, and 3 with the Lishi in one way. And I flipped it around and I got 1 and 4. So I put them into lockcodes.com, has an autofill where you put in all the known cuts that you have and you put question marks here for the blank spaces, and it spit me out 3 different keys to make, the biting for 3 different keys. And these are those keys. And it said, the first one, make the first one. This is the first one. Of course I make it. Doesn't work. So then I make the second one. It doesn't work. And I'm like, I probably didn't get a good read. These numbers are probably off. It's just a coincidence that it found a code incorporating these digits. Look at that. I just went and confirmed that it works in his doors and his trunk. So, yeah. First actual success with the Lishi. So I am going to buy these readers in every other style. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the Fords, obviously they have a chip, but you have to cut 2 keys. You can't just program 1 key for a Ford. If all keys are lost, you have to program 2. I don't know why that is, but it just is. So I'm going to cut this on the H92 PT, 2 of them, give this thing back to the guy and have him stick it back in his car. And that'll be my first ever success with the Lishis. I'm excited is understatement, because that is a game changer. Not having to buy key codes, not having to contact the dealer. Oh, and that's the other thing. Ford only stores key codes for 10 years, so there was no key code for the owner to get. But I'm excited.